Hello medicos. Today topic acute appendicitis. In this video I will discuss about the causes of acute appendicitis, what is the sign and symptom, sign like Rosen sign, Aaron signs, obturator sign, Soes sign and also different sign I will discuss in the video, and symptoms like nausea, vomiting, pain in the abdominal region and different symptoms you will see in this video. And also pathogenesis, what is the process of the pathogenesis of the type of disease into the body, what is the investigation, what we will do for investigation like diagnosis, we will take blood, also we will do ultrasound and CT scan of the patient, and treatment. Lastly I will discuss about the treatment, what is the treatment of this disease, like we will provide IV fluid, also we will give the antibiotic, and lastly appendectomy when very severe cases. So please focus on the video which I will discuss in the also with the diagram. So let's start the video. Acute appendicitis. First of all, I will explain what is appendix. Appendix is a mostly all scientists, most of them said about appendix is a vestigial organ, means function is not known. But some scientists said about the appendix, it is a organ which provide the immune response to the body. So these are also immunological organ. So when the inflammation in the appendix occur, then it is called acute appendicitis. So acute appendicitis is the inflammation of the appendix. What is the causes? There are many causes the acute appendicitis: acute obstruction and acute non-obstructive. When obstructive type causes like fecalith. What is fecalith? Mostly it is the most common causes of the acute appendicitis. Like fecalith means is the obstruction of feces. Feco means feces, lith matlab stone like feces are called fecalith. So this is fecalith is the most common causes of the acute appendicitis. Also worm, like you all know in our body many worms are present, like I will write like you all know pinworm, ascaris. These all causes the ascaris. These all worm causes the appendicitis also when present in high amount and causes the obstruction into the appendix. Also lymphoidal hyperplasia, when lymph node hyperplasia occur, then it causes the obstruction of appendix which causes the acute appendicitis. Foreign bodies in our body when come from the outside, distal colonic obstruction, because there is the colon present in this area, and obstruction when in the colon, then it causes the obstruction of appendix. Also family history, some has family history, and fruit seeds. Sometimes some people consume the fruit like orange fruit, apple fruit. When some people consume also seeds, then it causes also the acute appendicitis. So this is the causes of acute appendicitis due to the obstruction. What is the non-obstructive causes? Non-obstructive causes like mucosal edema and inflammation. How this occur? You all know mucosal edema and inflammation mostly occur due to the viral or bacterial infection. Viral and bacterial, like in our body different type of bacteria, mostly the bacteria when asked about E. coli, mostly E. coli bacteria, also bacteroides, these are the bacteroides virus, and also clostridium bacteria, and many different bacteria present in our body which causes the non-obstructive type of, because it is a mucosal or inflammatory process caused by the virus or bacteria. So this is acute non-obstructive type of appendicitis. What is the symptoms? Symptoms in the acute appendicitis, you will see the pain, vomiting and fever. These are the main symptoms in the acute appendicitis. Mostly people, 80% people, you will see these three types of symptom in the acute appendicitis. These three symptoms are also called Murphy triad. These three symptoms also called Murphy's triad. So Murphy's triad, mostly symptoms appear in the acute appendicitis most of the patient. Also patient has nausea, tachycardia, increase of the heart rate, diarrhea. When diarrhea appear, when appendix irritate the ileum part, because it is contact with the ileum part of the intestine. So when it irritate the ileum part of the intestine, then it causes the diarrhea. Increase in the urinary frequency, when inflammation of the appendix also irritate the urinary bladder, then frequency of urine increases. So urinary frequency increases when it compress the urinary bladder. And when diarrhea occur, when it compress or irritate the ileum of the, like cecum, ileum is the last part of the intestine. So when it irritate the, also causes the diarrhea of the patient. And tenderness means when press in the area of the appendix, then you will feel the pain like sensation. Then tenderness also occur in the acute appendicitis patient. These are the symptoms of the acute appendicitis. In some exam also asked about the Alvarado's scores or Mentrel score. These scores are included symptoms, sign and laboratory. Symptoms like migratory pain, anorexia and nausea and vomiting. These are the symptoms you will see in the acute appendicitis patient. What is the sign? Sign, you will see the tenderness in the right iliac fossa, rebound tenderness, elevated temperature. And laboratory diagnostic, when you will see in the laboratory diagnostic, then you will see the leukocytosis, mean increase in the WBC count in the patient. So leukocytosis, and which causes the shift to the left shift occur in the due to the leukocytosis. So these are the Alvarado score and also called Mentrel score. Mentrel, why is called Mentrel? Because here M for migratory pain migrate, like from the, first of all pain start from the umbilical region, then it migrate to the right iliac fossa. So this is the migratory pain. When in examination, when they will ask about where is the pain start in the around the umbilicus. These are the migratory pain. Also anorexia, nausea and vomiting. A for anorexia, N for nausea and vomiting, T for tenderness in the right iliac fossa. There is the 9 region present in the epigastric, in the region 9 region present in the abdominal cavity. So there this pain is appear in this area. These are called right iliac fossa, right iliac fossa. So pain in the right iliac fossa, tenderness when you press this area, when you press this at this area, these are called then pain. And also rebound tenderness, when you will press in this area and then back pain appear. So these are called rebound tenderness, also occur in this acute appendicitis. And also E for elevated temperature, you will see elevated, and leukocytosis, L for leukocyte. These are called Mentrel score, because 10 type of score you will see. In all of them, these are one. These score 1, like anorexia 1, these also 1, but it for 2. This also 1, but leukocytosis 2 and shift is 1. So total 10 score. When you will see 9 to 10 score, then it is confirmed that, then it's confirmed appendicitis present in the patient. Appendicitis, when you will see the patient has only 8 score, then high level, means it is possibility to the appendicitis. And when you will see the 5 to 6 score, then equivocal, then it called equivocal type, means possibility may be appendicitis or not be. And 1 to 4, mostly these are the negative test for appendicitis. So these are the score important. When 9 to 10 score are present, here is the total 10 score. When you will see 9 to 10 score in the patient, then it is confirmed that the patient has appendicitis. When 8, then mostly possibility is mostly. And 5 to 6 score is called equivocal. Then we will need to the test like CECT test we required. I will discuss about this in the last of the in this video. Then what is CECT? So CECT test is required for when score is 5 to 6. So these are the Mentrel score. You need to learn this score. Mentrel score, there are 10 types of the sign you will see in this case. Some point you will also remember this diagram, because there are many position of the appendix. these are the appendix are the but base is the constant for all type of appendix, but here these tips are different for the different type of position of the appendix. So first is the retrocecal. Most of the cases is the retrocecal. 60% cases in the human body, 60% cases retrocecal appendix are present. And after that, subcecal, pelvic, pre-ileal and post-ileal. Post-ileal means behind the ileum, pre-ileal means front of the ileum. Here is the front of the ileum part of the appendix present. And pelvis. First is the retrocecal mostly patient, and second is the pelvis position. 30% patient, 30% people has pelvis position appendix. So these are the position of appendix: retrocecal, subcecal, pelvis, pre-iliac and post-iliac. What is here written? McBurney point. What is McBurney point? Because in the examination asked about where is the McBurney point present and what is the why we need to know about the McBurney point. So here is the umbilicus. You all know this is the umbilicus and this is the anterior superior iliac spine. I will write anterior superior iliac spine. These are the position is called anterior superior iliac spine. So these are the McBurney point. McBurney point important because appendix are mostly these appendix are present at the right iliac fossa in the McBurney point. Where is the McBurney point present? So it is the distance from the umbilicus 2/3 part of the from the umbilicus, 2/3 from the appendix and 1/3 position from the anterior superior iliac spine. The McBurney point are present. So please learn also McBurney point. It is also used in the patient of acute appendicitis. The McBurney point are present from the umbilicus, distance 2/3 of the umbilicus from the umbilicus and 1/3 from the anterior superior iliac spine. So these are the point of McBurney point. This is all, and these are the symptoms, signs and laboratory tests. This is also called Mantrell scale, is used for the acute appendicitis. Some point we need to require about the patient has acute appendicitis or not. So first sign is the Rosin sign. Rosin sign is the sign when pressure occur in the left iliac fossa, then pain occur in the right iliac fossa of the patient. So these are the called Rosin sign. Here you will see the diagram Rosin sign, how when you will press in the left iliac fossa of the patient, then you will see the pain occur in the right iliac fossa of the patient. So these are called Rosin sign are present in the patient. First you will see in the patient. Second is the Aron signs. Aron signs is the pressure on the epigastric region of the patient. Then also patient feel the pain in the right iliac fossa. So when you will press in this region, these are the epigastric region, because I already told about the 9 region present in our abdominal cavity. So these are the epigastric region. When you will press in the epigastric region, then also patient feel the pain in the right iliac fossa. These are called Aron sign. It is also present in the acute appendicitis patient. Third is the Cope-Soes sign. Cope-Soes sign is the hyperextension of the hip or flexion of the right hip against the resistance. Then pain also occur in the right iliac fossa. Here you will see the Cope sign. These are the Cope sign. When you will see the hyperextension of the hip, these are the hip point, and when you will see the hyperextension of the hip or also flexion of the right hip position, then you will feel, then patient will feel in the pain in the right iliac fossa. So these are called Soes sign. Soes sign mostly Schwarz sign. These are called Schwarz sign. Schwarz sign mostly present when patient has position of appendix is the retrocecal position. So in examination sometime also sir asked about the when appendix are present retrocecal position. So retrocecal position appendix present, then Schwarz sign are present. These are called Schwarz sign. Fourth sign is the obturator sign. Obturator sign, these are the obturator sign when flexion and internal rotation of the thigh. These position you will see the internal rotation of the thigh and flexion of the thigh. Then also patient feel the pain in the right iliac fossa region. So when internal rotation or flexion of the thigh occur, here is the flexion or internal rotation of the thigh occur, then pain in the right iliac fossa. These are also called obturator sign. So mostly you will see the obturator sign in the patient of when patient appendix are present in the pelvic region. So pelvic region, when position of appendix are present in the pelvic region, then obturator sign you will mostly seen, and Schwarz sign are mostly seen in the retrocecal position of the appendix. So please learn this, when position of the appendix present, which sign you will see. These are the Rosen sign, these are called Aron sign, these are called Schwarz sign, and these are called obturator sign. Dunphy sign, Dunphy sign you will see when patient has coughing. When patient has coughing, then also it pain in the right iliac fossa region. Right iliac fossa region, pain in the right iliac fossa, then also it's called Dunphy sign. And 10 horn sign. 10 horn sign mostly present. These are the sign you will see in only in the male, not in the female. So these sign present in the male. When gentle traction of the right testis, when you will see the gentle traction in the position of right testis, then also patient, means male patient, also feel the pain in the right iliac fossa. So these are also 10 horn sign. These are present in the male and also seen in the acute appendicitis. So also please learn this type of sign, because mostly in the examination ask which sign are present in this and which sign not present. So these all sign are present in the acute appendicitis patient. These all sign you will also seen in the diagram. What is the pathogenesis? It is also important, pathogenesis of the how these appendicitis spread in our body, means patient body. So first of all I will explain how this occur. These are occur, first of all luminal obstruction occur. Luminal obstruction, I already told that luminal obstruction due to the lymph organ hyperplasia also occur, lymphoidal organ, and also many obstruction, one viral also bacterial infection. So obstruction of the appendix occur. Then after obstruction you will see the mucosal inflammation due to fluid collected inside the lumen. So inflammation of the mucosa. After that you will see the increase in the intraluminal pressure. Intraluminal pressure you will see increase in the intraluminal pressure, because due to the fluid collected inside the lumen, so pressure increases inside the appendix. These are the appendix, when fluid accumulated, then inflammation occur and also irritate the appendix. So intraluminal pressure of the appendix increases. After that, blockage of lymphatic and venous drainage. Because high amount of mucus secreted, so lymphatic and venous drainage blockage occur, which causes the edema of the patient, or edema of the patient occur in the appendix. Also causes the which causes the mucosal ulceration and ischemia. So these are the causes of the pathogenesis of the when these bacteria spread through the mucosa and submucosa. When high level these bacteria spread through the mucosa and submucosa, then it also causes the, then after that when these spread through the mucosa and submucosa, bacteria spread, then it causes the acute obstruction of appendix. This causes the acute, I will explain. This causes the acute obstruction of appendix. So acute obstruction of appendix, these are the pathway of pathogenesis of the acute appendicitis. And when these also in severe condition, in severe case patient of acute appendicitis, thrombosis of appendicular artery, which causes the thrombosis of appendicular artery, which causes the ischemia and necrosis of the appendix, which causes the gangrene. Due to the gangrene also causes ischemia and necrosis wall of the appendix. These are called gangrenous appendicitis, which causes the perforation of appendix, because it causes the severe form, then causes the perforation of appendix, and also peritonitis occur in the patient. So these are the severe condition patient, and these are the pathway pathogenesis of the acute obstructive appendicitis. So these are the pathogenesis, how these bacteria or how these bacteria spread into the appendix, and these are the how these inflammation occur. So these are the pathogenesis of the acute type of appendicitis. Now what is the investigation for the patient of acute appendicitis? When you will see the blood of the patient of the acute appendicitis, then you will see the increase in the level of WBC, because I already told in the video. Leukocytosis occur in the patient of leukocytosis occur in the patient, so increase of the WBC count in the patient of acute appendicitis. Also you will see the increase of creatinine, CRP level, C reactive protein. You will see the C reactive protein increases in the patient of the acute appendicitis. So these are the, when you will see the patient or blood, then you will see the increase of WBC and also C reactive protein increases in the patient. When you will take urine analysis, then you will see the urine analysis hematuria, because when hematuria, when kidney damage also occur in the acute appendicitis, then it causes the hematuria. Approx 2 to 3 to 4 RBC present in the urine, so called hematuria. So these are the urine analysis you will find in case of kidney damage of the patient in the acute appendicitis. So kidney damage, in case of kidney damage of the patient, these are the urine analysis. Third is the ultrasound. You will take the ultrasound of the patient. You will do the ultrasound. When you will do the ultrasound of the patient, then you will also see the acute appendicitis, means inflammation of appendix you will see in the ultrasound of the appendicitis. And these are mostly ultrasound mostly occur in the pregnancy and child. In case of the children, mostly these done in the case of the pregnancy and children, because CECT not used in case of the pregnancy and children. So ultrasound we will do for the acute appendicitis. CECT. See what is CECT? These are the gold standard. When you in the examination ask about what is the investigation of choice for acute appendicitis, these are the ultrasound, and these are the gold standard diagnostic method. Gold standard diagnosis method, CECT. These are the CECT. What is the full form CECT? These are the contrast enhanced computed tomography are called CECT, means CT scan. In short form you will say the CT scan. So contrast enhanced computed tomography used for the, it is a golden standard diagnosis for the patient of acute appendicitis. But ultrasound CECT not done in case of the pregnancy and children, because it may be harm to the patient or children. So we will choose the ultrasound for the patient of pregnancy and children. Treatment. What is the treatment for the acute appendicitis? When it is not severe, means some inflammation occur or some normal, there is no more infection occur in the appendix, then we will provide the IV fluid for maintenance of the appendix. Also drainage of abscesses, when more amount of the fluid, then we will drain these abscesses. Antibiotics, also we will give the antibiotics to the patient like metronidazole, cephalosporin. These antibiotics we will provide to the patient. And when the patient has severe condition, in the severe condition when we need to remove the appendix, because it causes also peritonitis or perforation into the different organ, and sometimes also causes the malignancy to the different part. So in this case doctor remove the appendix of the patient. So appendectomy we will done for a severe cases of the patient. So these are the treatment of the acute appendicitis, appendectomy at the last cases. What is the complication? When you will see the appendectomy you will do in the patient, then complication. What is the complication of the patient? So you will see the wound infection, where you will incision occur. So wound infection occur. Also you will see the venous thrombosis also you will see in the patient, and also intra-abdominal abscesses. So these are the after the surgery. You will see these complications after the surgery, like wound infection, venous thrombosis and intra-abdominal abscesses you will see in the patient of acute appendicitis, means after the appendectomy. So these all about the acute appendicitis. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys.